lawmakers consider giving workers paid sex breaks, a guy who used revenge porn to threaten his ex-girlfriend, and an app that'll help you make sure that that never happens to you. This and more coming up. What's up guys, it's me Lori, and this is another installment of Sex in the News. So a local official in a city in Sweden is proposing to give municipal employees a paid 1-hour sex break every week. The thinking behind it is that if workers are given an hour to go home and have sex every week, that it'll boost morale and it'll also raise the city's birth rate. There isn't really a good way to enforce it, because who's to say that these people are actually going home and using their break for sex? And even if they did want to do that, who's to say that their partner that they want to have sex with also has that same benefit or also works for the city? But I think symbolically, at least, the idea that a government would endorse a healthy sex life as part of a healthy lifestyle is a great idea to me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So Glamour magazine ran a piece recently about sex tips stolen from the internet, which I think is worth a read, but really I wanted to highlight one specific tip because I've heard it a few times already, and that is to have sex before you go on your date. And when I mean sex before a date, I don't mean having sex before you have a conversation with a person on Tinder. I mean when you're in a relationship and you have like a date night, rather than putting all of the emphasis on, you know, having dinner and wining and dining before it culminates into the sex part and the end of the evening, do it before you go out. The idea is that after a whole night of drinking and eating, you're not necessarily feeling your sexiest and you're tired. If you have sex first though, you're doing it while you're at your most excited for your date. It could take some motivation to actually go out afterwards, but at least you'll have worked up an appetite. And who's to say you wouldn't be able to do it again later? Let me know what you guys think. Have you tried this out, or are you willing to try it? Do you think that this might, you know, spice up your dates with your significant other? Let me know in the comments. For those who are unfamiliar with it, revenge porn is a term used for the non-consensual distribution of nudes or nearly nude photos and images or videos or a sex tape. And because in recent years so many people have gotten smartphones and it's become so much easier to take these images and these videos and to send them out, revenge porn has become extremely popular, which is a pretty shitty thing. Well, allegedly, one teenager in Texas took revenge porn to a whole new low. Police say he recorded sex with his girlfriend and then threatened to give it to her little sister unless she had sex with 3 of his friends. He then allegedly tried to use the threat to get her to have sex with a 4th person, at which point she called the police. This kind of blackmail is so despicable because it's such a violation, and it creates this whole conversation where people think making sex tapes is stupid or bad, but really they're not. What's stupid or bad are the people who then take those sex tapes and do terrible things with them. Speaking of revenge porn, there's been a rumor that there's a new sex tape from Kim Kardashian, but she has denied the rumor, saying that it's just images from the same old sex tape that everyone's seen already. And the reason why I point that out, aside from the fact that Kim Kardashian's sex tape is apparently one of the most searched for terms on Pornhub, is I think she deserves to be applauded for how much her attitude about her own sex tape has evolved over the years. I think she has embraced her sexuality despite all the slut shaming that she has to endure. And even if people cynically believe that it was all done for money, I do remember the early days when she struggled with her public image, and I think it's great that she's overcome that. Plus, I don't really see what's wrong with making money from it. And if you're interested in that discussion, whether you agree or disagree, I'm gonna link a video right up here where I talk about it, and you can leave your comments there or down here below. Anyway, this all brings us to the last story of the day, which is about a new app that actually promises to protect your sex tapes from being leaked. The app is called Roomkey, I think I'm pronouncing that right, maybe not, which is Japanese for room key, and it protects your videos by encrypting them while they're being recorded. Both parties must give consent to record it and to play it back. If you do decide to try it, just be warned that the developer does say that there is never a foolproof way to guarantee that no one's ever gonna do something with your video that you don't want. There are analog workarounds, like, you know, while the person is playing it back on the phone, through the encrypted application, they can also, you know, record it with another phone or something and then do whatever they want with that recording. You can read more about all this in an article on Vice.com's Broadly, which was actually written by me. I've never been able to talk about my actual profession on this channel, but I'm a reporter. I recently left my company and gone independent to cover sex on my own for various publications. I'm working on a book, and I'm also going to be launching a blog soon where you can go to find all kinds of information related to sex. It'll be like news articles, research, things that I come across in my own reporting, and also stuff from other writers that I think is worth reading as well. I will be sure to tell you guys more as things progress, because I actually still haven't made like a big announcement yet. This is like my tiny announcement for the channel and for those of you who subscribe and watch to the end of my videos. But if you're not a subscriber yet, definitely make sure you do click the subscribe button, and that you also turn on notifications so that you get any further announcements and notifications of my new videos going forward. And as usual, you can find more links down below for further reading if you're interested in any of the topics we covered today, plus some bonus links for just interesting reading that weren't necessarily related to news. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!